What's your favourite British native species, man?
My favorite British native species, the hawthorn, hands down. I think if I had to choose one tree that I would build British bonsai around, it would be the collected hawthorn. There's, across the world, everybody wants British hawthorns. They're amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. And you just can't duplicate that, right? And also the English elm. English elm is really beautiful for bonsai. There was one in the Nolanders Trophy, a small one in a blue pot. Did that come from England?
Small little bit?
Yeah, it was on the exhibition when you walked in and you went around. It was on the far side.
And the building outside.
Was it with a U?
No, it wasn't secondary tree.
No, it wasn't a secondary
No.
tree, it was a primary tree.
It was a beautiful tree. Have you worked on oaks much as bonsai? I've seen one picture of one which was particularly good.
Boxwood?
No, oaks.
Oh, oaks. Have I ever worked with them? Yeah, we've got great oaks in the western United States. California has, I think California has more varieties of native oaks than any other place in the world. And they're absolutely terrific. Yeah, oaks. We got California coastlive oaks that grow right on the coast. They get very big and thick, and they've got tiny little needles that look like a holly, like a Christmas holly. And they're absolutely to die for. The trunks get really hollow and gnarly. And there are a few people that have found places to collect stunted pygmy oaks, which are just absolutely out of this world. We're working with those, and then there's a white oak that's native to Oregon, where I'm at, that will tolerate excessively harsh conditions in terms of wind. And they get very, very stunted and are very interesting.
Do you get hot summers, Ryan, or is...
We get hot, yeah, we get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll occasionally hit 40 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Not very often, but occasionally.
Yeah.
Maybe every 2 to 3 years. But our average summer we'll hit 36, 38 for maybe 5 to 7 days. And then we'll be right around the 30 to 32.
So when your show's on, what kind of temperature you going to be having then?
When my show is on, it'll be more like 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's October, isn't it?
October, yeah.
Yeah.
October can be really the best month that you've ever experienced in Oregon,
Yeah.
or it can be really wet.
Right.
And we're going for the best month ever this year. Yeah.
Must be like England, then.
Right.
We have weather.
We have weather.
Today.
We have 2 months of good, bad weather, of winter, 10 months of bad weather.
I woke up today and Jean kept saying, "Have you seen what's outside?" And I said, "Are you talking about the sun?" And she said, "Yes, that's what it's called."
We do about the UFO.
Right. I didn't know what I was supposed to be looking for. Alright, we're nearing the end. You guys fire away with questions, or else once I'm done I go mute.
Are you still going to do the extra bed?
Oh, you want me to?
No, I'm just asking.
Do you want me to?
Peter said work away, don't crack.
Let's see what the final product looks like. So what do you guys do after a demonstration at Willowbog?
Stand up.
It's a start to everything, right? I keep telling Peter that I don't understand their British humor. What was that? I guess nothing. Question? Yeah, I'll take care of that.
So, if you go, now you're in England, if you bought a tree here, can you take it back to the States?
Absolutely not.
That's a shame.
I'm sorry to say that they have me on a record and a list, and I get triple checked when I come back into the country every time now. Oh yeah.
So how do you?
Cavity search?
Is that not just requested? If I request a cavity search, technically, is that a crime? Is that admitting guilt?
Could you get them back, Ryan, long term or not?
Probably not. No,
No.
probably not. The reality of that is, you know, and I think you guys are probably seeing this in Europe as well. Just you're seeing the restrictions on importing Japanese stuff,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's the same in the United States times 10.
Yeah.
You take the UK and put it on steroids, and that's kind of how the United States is. The USDA has gotten very, very strict. So, you know, I mean, a lot of that is what's driving this necessity for the
The raw material.
that's exactly it, yeah. And that's, you know, for now, since we've kind of made a commitment to really develop this raw material, you know, it behooves us to follow through with that.
Yeah.
And I suppose if there was the opportunity to import a tree or two from Europe, it would be something that we would do, but yeah, it's tough right now. And I don't think it's ever going to get easier. That's the thing. I think that it's kind of something that importation and movement of those trees happen, and I don't think it's going to readily happen again. In fact, we were talking about this on the way, Peter and I were talking about this on the way up here, and I was talking with Peter Snart about it too. You know, when you look at all of the European material that's moving, being collected and moved from Spain and Italy and whatnot, you know, when originally there was a sort of a hushed discussion that maybe they might start exporting American material if it was possible, and there were some people that were really trying to open up some avenues to do that, and I was really opposed to that, because you figure if you're a bonsai culture that's developing and you have all this great material, well, that's what you build a bonsai culture with, right? I mean, look at how Japan built their bonsai culture with all of their collected junipers, pines and whatnot. So then you sell all of that off, what do you have left to build a bonsai culture with now, right? So that's a really precarious situation, because when you look at Spain selling all their sabinas, well, are there going to be more sabinas that are several hundred years old in the future?
Yeah.
Or olives or pines or anything? It's not an endless resource. And I think in terms of the United States, I really see that as one of our fundamental pillars of potential is we do have all of these collectible junipers out there. They don't just come back. Which too, when you start talking about the proficiency of collectors, really drives the point home that, yeah, as a professional, you want to attach your name or your support to somebody who's valuing that resource, because that resource doesn't exist for forever, and people take notice of who you're buying your material from. So it needs to be somebody who does it and does it right.
Yeah.
But you know, you could always find somebody who would say, I'm real idealistic about that stuff. Like, well, that's fine for you to talk all fluffy and touchy-feely about it, but I've got to feed my family, sort of a thing, and I respect that too. I have bills to pay as well. So.
When you wire, do you go really careful not to trap any of the needles under the wire?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But once you get out to a certain point, you can't bypass needles anymore, right?
Yeah.
So when you wire there's kind of a technique, and this rings true for the, again, the spruce and the hemlock and larch, if you ever have to wire them with needles on, heaven forbid you do. You have to wire, you try to get in between them, but you also wire very loosely, so if you do trap them, you don't crush them, right? So once you get out here, it becomes more like a pipe as opposed to, you know, you're wiring with the idea of being able to give it direction just on a touch, as opposed to full contact. And that's just a basic wiring technique that we had to implement, wiring all of the Ezo spruce, because they're very weak to be wired. Ezo spruce are. They're extremely weak. Some of them, the needles just fall off when you look at them, which is, you know, always frustrating. You blow on them and half the needles are gone. We would spray them with water to make the needles stick and wire them very delicately. You guys have any collectible forms of ICAVs in England? Any raw, good Yamadori?
Not very much.
No?
There is bits, things I've one or two, where you went, always do, so you haven't been sitting there.
Same thing.
There's one or two, but not, a lot of it's forestry stuff, just straight up and down.
Almost done.
Nothing like what comes out of Spain or anything like.
The good spruce come out of Spain?
It is,
Italy?
yeah.
Germany? You guys get antsy towards the end of a demo? You get antsy, anxious. Yeah.
No?
No.
I ain't not going to do anything with it.
You want me to do something with the Deadwood?
I just said I ain't going to do anything to the Deadwood.
Oh, we could. Depends on how long you want to sit there.
I think Peter's getting less anxious now than he was better.
Starting your smiley face.
Was there any doubt? That's my question. Was there ever any doubt?
What did I say a while ago about your last visit to Willowbog?
Threats don't make friends.
Shut me up.
So the big branch you bent at the back at the start line, how long will that take to set in place?
Yeah, that'll take probably a good 2 years. So this wire won't be moved for a while. And also, you know, that hinges on how much this tree grows, because it's got to grow into that shape. But whenever you make a big move like that, I think the general feel is that's going to take forever for that to set. And in fact, it really doesn't. But the key to it is good aftercare to make sure nothing bad happens to the tree, no adverse health impacts. And then just good solid cultivation. But after you style a tree like this, the priority is letting it grow. You gotta let it grow now. Let it get big and robust and full. What'll happen is most of these wires will bite in a little bit, which is exactly what you want. So I'm not saying wire scars are good. Yeah, that's not what I just said. What I'm saying is you want to let this tree grow to the point that these wires actually start to constrict. Because what that means is it's put on enough fold, it's put on enough growth, it's going to hold that shape a lot better than if we wire it before we have any wire. Now otherwise we're just redoing what we've done just now, and it's a waste of time, and the tree's not ready for that yet.
You've got my view.
Because you want it to go higher, is it best to let it set or just keep tweaking it, putting it into it like that?
What's that?
Because it needs to come up more.
This portion.
Yeah. Do you let it set for 2 years, or do you pull it in bit by bit over months?
I would let it set for a while. Yeah, and then I wouldn't pull it in bit by bit. I would come back when it's ready to really have some more significant work done, to have the shape readdressed, and I would go at it again.
So that's 2 years on the line, Peter.
So what are you going to do next year then, when you can't touch that tree here?
Well, I think it's going to be ready to be touched.
Oh, next year.
But the authority on word has it, there's going to be no more January dates next year. I think
Our
that,
Nibbles Cafe is not here. It is stopped.
right, never again was what I heard when the demo started.
Exactly.
Never again.
So then it's February, isn't it?
Did everybody enjoy Nibbles Cafe?
Yes.
Yeah?
The buck is
Didn't say
there.
no next time. No, very good.
It was my first steak and kidney pie.
Pretty good, isn't it?
That's good. It was good. It was unique.
In a good way.
In a good way.
In a way that you want to take home.
Are you stopping for a coffee before I go home or not?
Yes,
Yes. Right.
we are. Well, we have pictures to be taken.
Yes.
Are you going home soon?
In about an hour or so.
Oh, we're almost done.
Right.
And then we'll stop for a coffee, and then those who want to stick around for a little bit of Deadwood manipulation can.
Right, now you said there you just let that grow.
Uh-huh.
So, all the new extensions that are put out, you just leave them?
Well, we'll have to manage those. You know, we'll have to manage them for sure. But we're not gonna do anything in terms of, we're not gonna pinch them. Okay? So we'll let them grow, let it get robust, and then we'll prune back to get that budding that we want. All right? Because we still have a lot of branches here. So we talked about budding versus maintenance. We still have a lot of branches here that don't have buds on them. So if we prune this right in May, everything's good. This goes through this operation with no hitches or get-ups. Then all of a sudden, when we get to that point, it grows out. We prune it back. We get the back budding. Now we're in the maintenance portion of developing density and ramification and shape, right? But that should only happen once, right? So if you let it grow out, prune it back, let it grow out, prune it back, let it grow out, prune it back, you're just wasting time. You let it grow out, prune it back, you get the budding, develop the budding, then you start pinching to develop your contours and branch ramification. That's how you should be developing yews. Thank you, Peter. Everybody give Peter a round of applause for his Diana White. Your Diana White-like assistance. You guys, Wheel of Fortune, not very big these days.
¿Cómo se llama?
Might give you a kiss before I go to sleep. I was told to give you a slap. You can bite my pillow. See if 3 bits off, do that first one, and then first one, another bit, see what comes in underneath, and then the bit goes out the back. You're gonna get them for Christmas.
People out there, the same as us, somebody coming in and says, well, once I mentioned this, you know, I do it,
Alright guys, take a look. Tell me what we see. Good, bad, or indifferent in terms of where we're at. So we're talking Alright, so line up the wires. Give you a really good idea where we're at. Okay, so we can make adjustments, alright? We can make adjustments. This is just, how does it look? So here's the other thing. It looks a lot different to me standing up here very close to this tree than it looks to you standing out there. So I need some advice. If it can be better. Still wide, huh? So we need to come a little bit farther in.
Oh, not yet, though. I wouldn't have said, though.
What's that?
Can you spin it back around?
Yeah.
That branch is really wide.
This left-hand branch.
Yeah, bottom left. That one
Yeah.
out along.
Okay.
It's a long way out.
Pull that in.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
And then there's the intention of the height you're going to bring it when it comes up again.
What's that?
When you're going to bring it up right now. Yeah.
No, we're gonna make it right now.
Okay?
You're saying the apex could be too low. You
Yeah.
guys think the apex is too low?
Yeah.
Really?
I think the front branches on the apex are too long.
Oof, really? Too low?
Too long.
Okay, let's try this first. This is what we're saying, too long here, yeah? It's a little uncomfortable. Big money, no break.
So you have to hold and move things again.
Not a whole lot more I can take off of this. Still have a good branch here. Oh, that's better, huh? So then what about this?
Once it comes down a bit.
Now take a look at that. Okay, so start again. Is that better? Better? Much better? Okay? I'm looking at this. I don't know what you think.
With the one above now.
Now it's gotta go down?
Yeah.
Now it's gotta come down?
Yeah.
Down and
Down? Okay.
Down.
This one here, right?
Yeah. One above them.
Okay, so let me adjust this bit here first.
That makes the apex look taller as well,
Yeah.
just by moving the other ones down away from it.
That's right.
It did? Give the apex some height?
Yeah.
So really this is the funnest part, right? All the work is done and you just go, lower that one. Shorten that a little bit. This is when it's really fun. All the other stuff. Pop.
Talk was good, though, Ryan.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Now this is, you know, every time that you finish a tree, you always come to this last point and you say, okay, how do we really hone this in now? Right? And if you get to this point and you're restructuring the whole thing, you failed. But if you just have to drop a few things down, make it look really nice and tidy.
Yeah. Yeah, your eyes getting drawn to them tunes on the bottom, aren't they?
What's that? These guys?
Yeah.
Ooh, that made a big difference. Okay, check this out. That's good.
Yeah.
Better?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's definitely made it look taller.
Did it?
It's made the top look narrow. It went out very wide before.
Okay, how's that? Better? Yeah? You can say no.
Wide. It's got a good front, slightly
There's a branch
off
at the
the
back.
pair wide as well.
This one?
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's high up.
This one?
No, it's high up. I think it's that one, isn't it? think he needs to come down a bit.
Yeesh. It's always you.
You don't know how right you are.
Everybody else is happy. No.
Watch it from
I'm monkey's where he comes from.
Yeah.
That right, John?
Better? Thank you. Oh. All right. So we want to see these gens come off the bottom.
Or shortened.
That's not a half bad tree, is it?
So that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not half bad at all. Now, if we got this pulled closer, it'd be even better. But
Yeah.
you know, you can't.
And that
have
would
your-
lift it a little bit. That's just.
Sometimes you can't have your cake and eat it too.
No,
Right?
no,
We'll
no.
take it slow. It's too good of a tree to risk the health of the
That's
tree.
right. Yeah.
All right. So we want to see these guys come off.
One up, see the wee
I
short
would
bit?
say it.
Okay. Hang on. Hang on. What are we talking about? We're taking these guys off.
Yeah.
These two.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Up into the point.
You want to shorten it?
On up, no, but up, sorry, up. Right, leave the wee spiky bit, but
And leave these two?
aye.
And the
See the wee
above the
spiky bit below it as well, leave it.
Leave
Aye.
this one?
No, above.
This one.
Up.
The little gin.
See the wee gin,
I'll take them off bit at a time.
take that off, but see the wee bit further back. Further towards the tree, the wee spike.
Uh-huh.
Keep that, and then one your thumbs on as well, the wee bottom bit.
Keep those. So here's something to keep in mind. When you do deadwood work, right? What do you got?
I would have kept the top one, but certainly lose the bottom one.
These guys. Keep this one, okay? So we'll start there, right? Here's the thing to consider when you're doing deadwood work, right? Very, very important. Deadwood work is just the same as styling a tree, right? So with this canopy, the thing that bothered you guys, when you guys were saying it looks like the apex is too wide, really what happened is we had formed a round silhouette, right? The apex is too wide. We had this. Now we've got this, right? That's what we're after, right? We push that in, get that flow. So we talked about apex, main branch, trunk. We've got this flow now, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget this, because a lot of the trees in the No-Landers trophy went like this,
Yeah.
right? They did. You should be cognizant. It should be the first thing you see. Boom, got this, got to push that in, bring that flow back, okay? When we're dealing with deadwood, we can't have that same synonymous length on the branches, okay? So if we take these off, that's fine, take these off. Are we going to take them off to here? If we are, is this the same length as this? Is the same length as this? And if we drop this back, is this going to be the same length? So we've got 3 synonymous lengths in our gins. Because if it is, we've done this tree a great disservice and we should leave them, right? So when you do deadwood work, you've got to be cognizant of that as well. Different lengths, different thicknesses, different shapes. First things first, yeah?
I'll check them off bit at a time.
Wrong one?
No, that.
I could have sworn you said wrong one. This is a true testament to whether a tool is really good or not. How well it holds up to old deadwood. Okay, there's the bottom ones off. Be really, really sure about what you want. I know one of you is going to be buying this.
A raffle ticket?
You put that back on again.
Not now. Be really, really sure about what you want. What do you think? Huh? You like this one? You like it?
Coming too far forward, I
It's
guess.
coming too far forward. It's bothering you?
Just change the front side. Tree slightly to the left and it looks brilliant.
Come on, let's come to a consensus. What do we want? Want it or not? You don't like it.
Steam
You
it.
do. You want to steam it and bend it? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Because we're undecided, we're going to leave it for now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, there was something up top somebody was talking about they wanted fixed, adjusted. What was that all about?
The 2 on top look too.
Too thick.
I'm sorry, I have to fix this. This is driving me nuts. So we're saying these two look too similar?
Too thick.
Looks like a catapult.
It's like a caterpillar.
Catapult.
Catapult. So what would you do?
Shorten them.
Both of them. You're gonna shorten both of them.
Shorten the bottom one.
And
Shorten the bottom one.
No, the top one.
thin them down a bit as well.
They're the same. One's got the other two.
Ah,
Take the top bit off.
this is interesting, yeah? Okay? So if you shorten the top one, now this is gonna be dominant, okay? Which is okay, that's okay. Right? But if you shorten this one, now you're gonna have this
Yeah.
with this on the inside
No.
and this on the bottom, right? Never create a circular shape in your design. Ixnay that idea. Okay?
I'm talking about shortening them significantly, though.
Like down here,
Well,
No. Don't put the spike above your wire.
right here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the
So
from
if,
there.
so if we could maintain this
Yeah.
little bit here,
Yeah.
this I like that. You guys up for that? Does everybody have a picture of this before we do this? Because if it gets worse, we don't get it back.
For legal purpose?
Just so if this is the best image that we've got a picture of it.
Spin that round just a touch more, on, because you've got a different view. Now looking right from that, it's only, to me, it seems only that one that needs shortening so much.
This one needs shortening. This
No,
one needs shortening.
no, the one with the wire on is the main one that needs shortening.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the lower one there wants hollowing out.
Huh?
I think that the lower one wants hollowing out.
Hmm.
I'm happy so long as he does what he wants to do, not what you lot want.
I can't change it, I'm sorry. You can't do it. If it's your tree, you can do it. I can't do it. I like it. If Peter wants it my way, then my way is how it is. So that leaves us to have a difference of opinions, yeah? Alright, so here's the fact of the matter. It's just like you said, if you gave 5 professionals the same tree, you'd have 5 different trees, right? And the nuances might be slightly different. It might be somebody might have stood this up, right? Stood this up and made a completely different tree. For me, I didn't think that this tree needed a whole lot of excessive manipulation, except for we wanted to get this closer to that trunk. And if I had my druthers, I would pull it even closer, but we saw the limitation of the health of the tree. It's a great tree. It's a high quality piece of material, so we're going to respect that. We're going to push this forward in the future, right? But nevertheless, structurally here, it's off to a really good start. There's still some work that can be done here to refine this product, right? We've got bark on the Deadwood. We could hollow a few things out. We could maybe change this up if we really realize in the future as we look at it that we want to make some adjustments, because we do have a similar length, but how much character does this add? It's still a little bit iffy. It's something I would like to think about a little more. Nevertheless, a good piece of work to get to do in front of you guys today, and I really do appreciate your interaction, your questions, coming all the way to Willowbog with the snow, and also just for the opportunity to get to share some bonsai knowledge and some good times with you guys. So thank you, I appreciate it. I'm done.
I think everybody can say that they've already enjoyed it anyway.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.